As we go to these candidates, we're going to go through some prospective Republican 2016 candidates. We got to do a disclaimer at the beginning that if Jeb Bush decides to run, you'll be with him.
He's my friend. I hope he does. I have no idea if he'll go, but if he goes, I'm with him. So I will not speak to him.
Right. Okay, so we'll leave him out of the picture. Let's pretend, for the purpose of argument, that he's not running.
Let's hope not, but yes.
I'm gonna name some Republicans who are likely to or possible to run in 2016.
Great.
Talk about their fundraising capacity, and then break it down just a little bit in terms of
Sure.
Is that a good big donor,
Absolutely.
small donor, internet?
Absolutely.
Just like where are they going to get their money from?
Sure.
So let's start with nearby here, Governor Chris Christie.
So the governor, I think, will have a very robust fundraising operation if he decides to run for president. He's traveled the country on behalf of the RGA, done a super job for them, raised a lot of money, met a lot of the people that are involved in the process through that. I think there's lots of talented people around him that support him in the governor's race both times, and he will raise. I think he'll be a very significant fundraiser.
And you think mostly big donor, small donor, both?
I think the governor probably has a very good list. I don't know that for a fact, but I mean, there are a lot of people really excited about Chris Christie, and I think he will raise a lot of money at the $1,000 to $2,000 level, and I think he'll also raise significant money at the small dollar. He's probably a blend of both.
He could be a good internet brand. He's got a big YouTube channel already.
He could be a very, if you created the right portal, he could be very, very interesting.
You may remember back in 2012 when Governor Romney thought about putting Chris Christie on the ticket, there were some questions about the laws in New Jersey.
There's an SEC law. I don't know what the status of it. I think there's a lawsuit about whether or not it can be.
Whether or not you can raise money from Wall Street, basically.
It's actually, the state of New Jersey actually even more restrictive than that. But look, I mean, Chris Christie's, any challenges he may have running for president, money is not one of them.
Right, but you don't know whether he would have to resign his governorship in order to be able to raise money.
I doubt very seriously he would be. First of all, I would be surprised if he resigned his governorship.
Well, I would be too.
And if he can't if the law prohibits him from raising money on Wall Street, he'll raise plenty of money.
Okay, let me go the other direction now. We were just talking about small donors versus big donors. Talk about Rand Paul a little bit.
So I think Rand is a really interesting combination. He, in a very important part of the Republican Party, and why I think he'll be. If you look at his father raised, if my memory is correct, a total of about $40 million overall, and maybe a little bit more than that. I think a lot of those people were ready to go for him, and that's, unlike his dad actually raised a lot of money in little contributions. He's done a really good job of traveling around the country, meeting with a lot of the institutional people that play and are involved in politics. Right. And he's been met with a lot of people that are saying, "Wow, this is not Ron Paul. This is Rand Paul." He's very intelligent, very articulate. He's got a good mix. I think he will run a campaign, if he decides to run, that is probably doesn't have the same burn rate as others, and they've learned how to live off the land, and he's going to be in this thing for the long run.
Will he be able to make inroads into Wall Street and the financial community?
I don't know the answer to that question. I think there's a lot of the degree to which there are libertarians that see him as a vehicle for that. Right. I think he's been met with a lot of interest in Silicon Valley.
Right.
And so I think not to be underestimated.
He's got a guy like Peter Thiel will be on his team.
I have no idea if Peter will be on his team, but if you could get a guy like Peter Thiel, it'd be a good guy to have.